And happening now, the latest on the COVID-19 outbreak here in Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties. Plus, Governor Andrew Cuomo is giving guidance on religious groups as they begin to reopen services.
What a day out there it is coming from the Mill Creek Mall in Erie. One more day of this, then a few rain showers over the weekend. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties both reported new cases of COVID-19 within the last day. The Cattaraugus County officials say that they're now up to 53 cases total. The two most recent there involve a female healthcare worker and a male who was asymptomatic. Officials tell us that the woman was also asymptomatic prior to being tested. There is now a total of 53 cases in Cattaraugus County, with 14 of them active, 37 recovered, and 2 deceased. Meanwhile, 3 additional cases of COVID-19 were reported in Chautauqua County yesterday, bringing our countywide total of active cases to 16. Officials say the new cases involve a woman in her 20s and a woman in her 70s and a male in his 50s. So far, 37 people have recovered from the virus here in the county, while 4 have died. Well, areas throughout New York State, as well as nationwide, are starting to reopen their economies, but there are many wondering if and when those economies will fully recover to where they stood prior to the COVID-19 outbreak. Well, WNY News Now asked Congressman Tom Reed this week, who has been a staunch supporter of a regional reopening approach, where he expects the local economies to be in Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, and other counties as we reopen. The congressman tells us that he sees the economy bouncing back over the next few months as we reach reopening phases. He adds, however, that he knows the journey will not be easy.
We got a road ahead of us, and it's going to be us working together, and it's going to be a difficult road at times, but I know we're going to get through it because of the potential that we had coming into this, and also the potential of the American people, that when they're ignited in a vision, it is amazing what they can accomplish.
Now, he says that the journey is certainly not over by any means, but believes that together we will get through it. Well, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says that religious organizations would be allowed to hold parking lot and drive-in services like the ones we've already seen here locally, as long as they follow social distancing and wearing masks. Religious gatherings of no more than 10 people are also allowed, as long as social distancing is followed. The governor says that he is working with the Interfaith Advisory Council statewide to discuss how to bring back in-person religious services safely.
If people get arrogant, if people get cocky, if people get casual, if people become undisciplined, you will see that infection rate go up. It is that simple. This has always been about what we do.
The governor is also encouraging local governments to test in areas and zip codes that have a higher rate of minorities and areas that have a higher rate of low-income residents, because he says that data shows that that's where there are spikes in coronavirus cases. Well, Memorial Day is right around the corner, but with coronavirus lurking, health and local officials are issuing guidance on keeping us safe while easing social distancing rules. John Lawrence takes a look at what vacation might look like in the future.
COVID-19 will hover over the summer of 2020.
Please help us help you and everyone enjoy our beaches, but let's do it responsibly.
Officials say people should be cautious while on the sand and surf.
We're ready. We'll have messaging, and we also ask people to watch our social media.
But some traditional summer activities should probably be avoided this year, including concerts, festivals, and parades.
Unless you can really limit the number of people and you can have social distancing involved, or maybe do it a bit virtually.
As for backyard cookouts, adults are advised to have masks handy and to maintain distance from others. The same applies to children.
They're kids, and I think that they should get out there. You can decrease risk, you can't completely eliminate it. And frankly, there's a risk to not being outside, in my mind.
But parents should know about the multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children, or MISC, which might be linked to the coronavirus.
was just painful. And the only way I could describe it was that it felt like almost electricity or fire coursing through my veins.
A group of doctors organized by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say kids showing symptoms like stomach pain, vomiting, fever, and rash should get immediate medical attention. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
All right, John, thank you. The CDC also just posted 60 pages of guidance on how states can reopen more safely. It's 8 pages fewer than the document that was shelved by the White House last week after concerns that it was too specific. Well, a drive-in service to honor fallen military heroes is scheduled to take place this Memorial Day at the Chautauqua Mall. The Blue Star Mothers local chapter is hosting the event at 1 o'clock at the corner of Mall Boulevard and Fairmount Avenue. Susan Raleigh, she's the president of the Blue Star Mothers Lake Erie chapter here. She says the event is inspired by drive-in church services and will be broadcast live so listeners can hear safely from their vehicles.
We're asking people to bring a flag and wave the flag and just remember and honor and remember all of our Gold Star heroes and their families.
The Blue Star Mothers' previously scheduled Gold Star Memorial will now take place in August instead of this Saturday, which normally takes place the Saturday before Memorial Day, but they say due to COVID-19 gathering restrictions, they have postponed it. Well, we thank you all so much for joining us here on WNY News Now as we continue to put facts over fear in our coverage of COVID-19. Let's check in with the comments and say hello to Amber. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks so much for joining us today. Good to see David, Don, Cody, Joe Lynn, Joanna's watching, Joseph, Kevin, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to Lisa and Suzette as well. Well, hopefully if you can, get out today and enjoy it because it's absolutely beautiful out there. I was out a little earlier before the broadcast and let me tell you, I was enjoying it. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us now with more on what this beautiful weather will look like. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin. And yes, it is gorgeous out there. It's basically another repeat as of yesterday. But what I'm happy about, the air conditioning in our studio is fixed. I'm happy. Anyway, here we go with the satellite radar composite. I dare you to find a cloud anywhere on this image. There isn't one. There is full sunshine across the entire area right now, and it's going to remain that way through the day right now. We're at 63 right now here in town. Also the same in Dunkirk, 67 in Erie, and 61 in Olean. But look at the dew point numbers. The dew point measures the moisture content in the atmosphere. The higher these numbers are, closer to the air temperature, the more humid it is. Look at this, 42-degree dew point in Jamestown, 36 in Dunkirk, only 26 in Buffalo. That means the air is dry as a bone. So again, there is no rain chance today because with the air so dry, there's not even a cloud in the sky even. So it can't rain if there's no clouds in the sky. 70 was the high yesterday, 45 was the low this morning, 57 and 28 are the record high and lows for this date. Soak it in, everybody. Bright sunshine out there, but make sure you do have the sunscreen on handy. The UV index is very high today at a 9, so make sure you have that sunscreen handy. 68 to 76 with a south wind 10 to 15, diminishing 4 to 10 through the afternoon. We have to get into a little bit of rain tomorrow afternoon and through the holiday weekend. We'll time it out in a few minutes. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Coming up next, we check in with a local child care center to see how COVID-19 is impacting their operations and what they're doing now to prepare for people heading back to work.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. One big aspect of restarting our economy and getting people back to work is making sure that childcare is prepared to handle an increased volume coming out of quarantine. Joining us on the broadcast to talk more about how childcare is adapting is the director of the YWCA's Early Childcare and Education Program, Tina Jones. Tina, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Justin, for asking me.
Well, first I wanted to ask, how has childcare been impacted so far by COVID-19 here in Jamestown?
Well, as far as our center, we are a licensed child care center licensed for up to 73 children, and we have remained open throughout this whole emergency. For us, unfortunately, we are at about 25% capacity of our normal enrollment numbers. We have lost about 75% of our staff who have been, there just isn't work available for them with such less children here. Revenue is lessened. We continue to be a little bit concerned as the market reopens, as the economy reopens, how moving forward with loss of revenue will affect us. I think we're all hopeful that with the PPP, with all the additional local funding sources, that will all pull through this. But it has been challenging. It's been challenging for parents. It's been challenging for us.
So what type of things are you looking forward to getting as we continue to head into this post-COVID world? Is there anything that maybe officials or community members could do to make the job a little easier?
We actually have a great support system in our county. The Chautauqua Child Care Center our Child Care Council has been amazing in with their advocacy for us, supplying materials when needed, cleaning materials, hand sanitizer, face masks. We've just had a great outpouring of support from them. So as far as moving forward, I think we're setting our plans in place. As we're slowly beginning to get phone calls from parents returning to work, asking those questions on the health and safety factors. We are following all New York State and county guidelines, health department guidelines, OCFS guidelines, as far as what we're doing to keep the building, to keep our children and our staff safe and healthy.
And I want to touch on that point here in just a minute, but do you expect that as people start to get back to work, and it will be a phased in, so to speak, depending on services, do you expect that you would see more of an increased demand?
Not more increase than we had prior to the emergency, prior to the shutdown back in March. We are getting a few, your typical new calls for summer care. We care for children 6 weeks to 5 years of age. School age programs are still, we're not certain yet how that's going to play out. So our numbers, we have available space for those 73 spaces. Our summer care is typically a little bit lower simply because our UPK programs at that time are not operating. So I don't anticipate no space available. And I'm just hopeful that we'll return to about a normal number, the normal capacity that we normally have come June.
Now, many parents have reached out to us since the beginning of COVID-19 and expressed their concern about leaving their children at child care centers around the county, especially in the post-COVID world. We asked Chautauqua County's public health director this week what she would have to say to parents who are concerned about that. Take a listen.
Child care centers are actually licensed by the State Office of Children and Family Services, so they are monitored and do have much more stricter guidelines that they have to follow. And they have the ability to decrease the class sizes so we don't have so many kids together. Children's camps are kind of a different issue. You tend to have a lot more kids together, especially if you have an overnight camp. We have not received any guidance yet from the state health department as to the future of children's camps this summer. Those who have already decided to not hold their summer camps are doing that of their own accord. We don't really have any good direction on it yet from the state. We do permit them on behalf of New York State as far as public health.
So for you, Tina, and the work at the YWCA, what all goes into keeping kids safe there at your center?
Okay, Kristen is absolutely correct. Our OCFS, our Office of Children and Family Service guidelines are already quite stringent. What we're doing a little differently is we continue to meet parents at the door. Nobody, only employees are allowed in the building. We take temperatures of both children and staff twice daily. We continue to sanitize handrails, toys, chairs, counters, anything that has a regular use gets sanitized as used, and at least every morning and every afternoon. With temperatures, our sick policy stands as it is, where temperatures at a certain level, children are sent home. We are more cognizant of the COVID symptoms. We've been very fortunate to have those children that have remained with us for the last 60 plus days have been amazing, have been healthy, have been safe, and our staff has been the same, healthy. We like I said, the guidelines are a little bit more stringent, not stringent, but we do a little bit more cleaning. I don't think I've ever seen so much bleach in my life, but it's a good thing. It's something that has to be done. And like I said, we follow all the guidelines that come out on a pretty regular basis. Anything new, we jump on it. Masks, staff is required to wear masks. Children under 2 do not wear masks. When we go out, we offer masks to our older children. At this point, we don't really have too many older children. So, but staff, I have mine right here with me. As soon as I leave my office, it goes on. And the new normal, I think all the centers are following what we need to do just to keep everybody safe.
Yeah. And it sounds like that's something that's not just happening, in this specific industry, but everywhere.
Right.
Everyone's trying to adapt to
Right.
it. If there are parents out there who are in need of child care and would like to consider your organization, what's the best way for them to do that?
Call right to the YWCA, 488-2237. Call right to us. We can get enrollment forms to you. We can send them to you through the mail. You can go to our website, YWCA of Jamestown. We can drop them off, hand them off at the door. We are accepting enrollments. We do have 2 empty rooms. So our maximum capacity currently, our maximum ratios are we are no longer allowed to have more than 10 children in the room at a time, simply because of this emergency. And we do have the availability of 2 extra preschool rooms right now with UPKs gone. So yeah, absolutely give us a call. We're accepting enrollments. We're hopeful that we step back up to enough of a enrollment numbers to help sustain us moving forward.
And finally, Tina, we thank you for joining us today. Is there anything that you want to tell our viewers about childcare in general, or any message that you try to tell parents?
Well, as far as the community, I do believe that childcare is the backbone of the community, of any working economy. Without high-quality childcare, parents simply would not be able to go to work. I don't know how you restart an economy without first enabling that child care center or those child care providers to be up and running adequately and safely. As far as parents, all of the centers absolutely are following these guidelines. We're following the safety and health as suggested to us. Our own guidelines, internal guidelines as caregivers. Tends to go above and beyond anyways. Most of us approach this as, what's best for the child and the parent. The staff as well. Our staff has been amazing. We've had a core 6 staff remaining through all of this, and their dedication has been, I can't speak highly enough of them.
Absolutely, and we did have a little snippet of the parade before, which really honored child care workers, not just here in Jamestown, but all across the county.
Yeah, and that was fun. That was thank you, kudos to the Chautauqua Child Care Council and Beth Stark with Chautauqua Lake Child Care Center for pulling that all together, and we did that all in less than a week's time. So it was to honor our child care workers. So thank you so much for attending and doing a little broadcast for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we love it, and looking at some of the video that we're rolling now, it looks like some of the kids loved it probably even more than the workers too. So Tina Jones with the YWCA here in Jamestown. Tina, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a good day. Enjoy it. Get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm going to plan on it. Speaking of the beautiful day outside, let's get a check of our weather forecast now with Dakota.
Yes, indeed. It is almost a repeat of yesterday. Speaking of yesterday, because it was such a nice day, I went down to the Riverwalk here in essentially, here downtown, and I took some nice pictures. Now, as I told you, I have a new iPhone 11. I know, I like to show it off. And the iPhone 11 has two cameras on it. One's the main one. The other one is a wide angle. This is a wide angle view coming from the pedestrian bridge overlooking the Washington Street Bridge. How's that? There is the famous power plant right there on Steel Street, just a few high clouds in the sky. And how about the Warner Dam underneath the Washington Street Bridge, again taken with the wide angle lens? How about that? It was fantastic yesterday, and another day like that is in the cards. This is a live look over Findlay Lake. Lots of blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. If you find a cloud in the sky, please email me or tweet me a picture of that cloud because I want to see it. But to look at this dew point of 47 degrees, the air is almost bone dry. So with basically with no moisture in the air, you're not going to have any clouds. Another great day if you have a tea time set up today. We're going to be likely in the lower to mid 70s through the afternoon with lots of sunshine, but the wind will still be a little bit of a factor early, but the breeze will ultimately start to calm down as we go through the afternoon. So keep on staring at the sun, Post Malone. We have another great day of just lots of sunshine out there. A few high clouds will actually kind of roll in tonight, so tomorrow won't be as sunny, but the majority of the day will be usable. There will be a chance for rain showers later in the day going into the weekend. And talking about the weekend, it's looking iffy at this point. The rain chances have been up just a little bit because, well, I'll actually tell you why here in a second. 63 once again here at a noon hour, but there's that low dew point of 42 degrees at the airport, and with a south wind of 10 and the humidity only 47%. So bone dry air. Another great day to get out there and to do something outside, social distance. You all know all that stuff there. So here's the Rex blocking high pressure that's sitting over us right now. That is blocking this low pressure area right here from going anywhere. It's stuck. It's basically sitting here spinning its wheels. There's been a lot of flooding issues down here because of that. But this high we think is going to start to break down as we go into tomorrow and the weekend. That's why the rain chances will likely be occurring at least in the afternoon. So here's Future Scan. Nothing through the day. We'll just run it out. Now, as we get into tomorrow, this is mainly tomorrow afternoon. A small chance for a few rain showers will start to come our way as the high starts to break down. Then a better chance for rain will likely come Friday night going into Saturday. But neither Saturday, Sunday, or Memorial Day are total washouts, but there will be a small chance for at least a spotty or isolated shower through the day. Zone forecast, we go here to the inland areas here. Everybody gets sunshine. Oh my! It's going to be a great day with temperatures lower to mid 70s. Now, here comes the future. Next 7 days down the road we go. 69 tomorrow. We're up to 72 on Saturday. And again, small chance for scattered showers both Saturday and Sunday. Not a total washout. Memorial Day, hot with temperatures up to near 80. But again, another small chance for a spotty or a scattered rain shower. We're up to near 80 again on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we still remain mild with temperatures in the upper 70s. But again, a small chance for a rain shower, but mainly usable. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. I'm loving that forecast and loving that picture you got. Great job there. Coming up next, interesting campaign launched by the state that's asking for your help. We'll tell you about it in just a few.
You're watching WNY News Now. your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back. Yesterday, Governor Cuomo and his daughter Mariah Kennedy Cuomo revealed the 5 finalists for the Wear a Mask Public Service Announcement contest. Now, that contest received more than 600 submissions of short videos highlighting the importance of wearing a mask to stop the spread of COVID-19. Voting is open until next Monday, Memorial Day, with only 1 vote per person statewide, and the winner will be announced the following Tuesday.
We're so grateful to all the New Yorkers who have submitted one of the over 600 submissions. And we will be sharing honorable mentions as well so that you can see even more of the great videos.
Yeah, certainly is. You can watch all of the 5 finalists and vote by seeing our web story at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. Certainly pretty cool to see and very creative. If you were watching the pre-show, which includes Governor Cuomo update that usually bleeds over into the noon hour yesterday, then you probably saw those, and it was a pretty cool way certainly to keep people informed, that's for sure. And Dakota, I think we're all finally getting used to wearing a mask when we're not able to practice social distancing, so it's not really anything new for sure, but a cute PSA, why not?
Yeah, I've got my mask on right now. So
yeah, you
let's
do.
see. Can we do
yeah,
final weather with the mask on? Let's see here. So the temperatures for tonight, 52 to 56 will be the low temperatures tonight. Mainly clear early, but some clouds will actually start to roll in tonight with a south wind. That southerly wind will keep us from falling back, but chance for rain tomorrow afternoon through the Memorial Day weekend. Justin?
All right, and Dakota, that's a high quality mask you got there.
I know. Nice. Don't I just look absolutely sexy with this thing on?
Yeah, I like it.
Woo! Baby, it's getting hot in here.
You look good. It actually, it's better than the one that I have. So, you know what? You got to say, our corporate ownership does a great job of providing resources. I got to say that. I mean, they really. I've never felt safer here. Granted, I'm the only one here right now.
Yeah.
But I can see you through the screen. That's all that matters.
I'm still here. Ooh.
You are.
Thank you.
A quick trick. Dakota's actually that way in the studio.
Yes.
You're over there. So we could
actually, a fun note, the green wall actually sits behind the main wall in the studio.
Yeah. So he's on the other side of this wall.
Yeah.
Nice and safe.
Exactly.
Dakota, thank you. Got to say
you're welcome.
Hello to Krista. Good to see you. Good to see Scott. Good to see Ted. And Joe Lynn. Thank you all for joining us here today on WNY News Now. We appreciate you trusting us, putting facts over fear in our coverage of COVID-19. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. If you can, get out today and enjoy it because it's absolutely beautiful. But like Dakota said, high UV index, so sunscreen might be something you want to invest in. We're back tomorrow with our TGIF edition live here at noon. Hope to see you then.